Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm finally getting to make one of my most highly requested videos. This video is going to be all about how I studied for NCLEX. So if you don't know, I recently graduated from nursing school and sat for my NCLEX, and I passed in 75 questions. So people have just been wanting to know, I guess, what I did to prepare or make sure that I felt like I prepared. So yeah, this is just going to be like a kind of to the point, cut and dry, just list, I guess, quick explanation of the tools and things that I used. So it comes down to, let's see, I used 2 reviews and then a few apps. So yeah, don't think that you need to do everything that I do. Know yourself, know how you study, don't think this is not a Bible for NCLEX studying, but this is what I do, and I'll try to throw in some tips and things that I incorporated here and there if I think of them. But yeah, so let's see, I did take the HERS review. So I took the HERS review in May before my last semester of nursing school, and then I got to take it a second time in August, about a week after I graduated. So yeah, I did the live review version of HERS. I believe it costed around $3 something, close to $400. So I like that about the live review. I got to sit in the class portion 2 times included in the fee, and then of course you can sit additional times if you'd like. So yeah, the HERS review, they gave me this book the first time I sat. I really liked it just because it helped me stay engaged, because this is I guess called student pages. On the front it says student manual, and of course there's versions where you can just buy the book, watch the videos online. You don't have to go in person, but the live review is most expensive, kind of most, I guess, you're getting more, so it costs more versus if you did everything at home. So I like the student pages because it has these blanks which allowed me to stay engaged throughout that live portion. So I would have to fill in the blanks, and then I also made my own notes and highlighted things that I felt were important and stuff like that. Yeah, so that was HERS. Took it twice. You do have Q reviews on your online. I took 4, right? Or no, I took 3 out of my 4 Q review exams. Yeah, so I took one right after my after I graduated and repeated the live review. I took one of the Q reviews just to see how I did, even though they recommend that you literally don't do that, but I wanted to see. And then I took 2 more of them while I was studying. Also, so everything isn't in here. There are a few topics that are called specialty topics that you go home and just watch the videos to fill in the rest of the student pages for those sections. So what is that? Maternity, complications of maternity, pediatrics, and oncology part 2. So after I took the review for the second time, then I came home, and so the review's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and I think part of Saturday I did the specialty topics. After that, honestly, I never went back to the book, but I do really like it. It is a very HERS, I don't know, I've never really heard anyone speak bad about it. They talk Southern with the videos, and everyone, even one of my instructors had it, one didn't, in person, but they have Southern drawl, and it's just, at first it makes you kind of giggle because you're wow, they're people really they really have this accent, but it really does help you remember, and they give you little tips and things which you fill in on here. Maybe I can find one quickly or not, but yeah, it just really helps. There's little questions throughout here. There's some stuff about tips to study, strategy, and all that kind of stuff. Highly recommend, even if you don't do the live version and just do that at home, as long as you get that student pages book and watch those videos, I think it does a very good job of condensing everything that you learned in nursing school down, and also explaining it in a way completely different. They just break it down, topics fluid retention, things that never made sense, even though I've learned them multiple times throughout nursing school and even in anatomy. They just were able to, the way they explain it sticks. So I did HERS review. Also, my nursing school used ATI. So we were required to sit through the ATI live review because they say if you sit through their 3-day ATI comprehensive review, that you will pass NCLEX the very first time. So I did that. That was literally the week before like my last week of nursing school. So we finished everything, and then Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday we had live review. Never had to go back to school. Graduated on Saturday. So here's the book that they gave us with the live review, and they also gave us this little folder with a few documents. So this book have one tab in here, and it is for the lab values. This was honestly the one page that I looked at in this book, and I actually did refer back to it throughout my studying. Like I said, the HERS book didn't open it again. I do like this book just because it does a really good job of just condensing like all of the information that you learn in nursing school. Basically all of your ATI books, key points in here. So I really do like it. They have some nice diagrams, and just, it's very well written. ATI, I feel like they're good about that. But yeah, it also, like I said, I like that the HERS review had the blanks to keep me engaged. The last day of the ATI live review, honestly, I didn't pay attention for like not even 10 seconds. I was coloring and just trying to stay awake. So yeah, but they did give us some handouts here and there. Like this one, and we went over a few things. I'm sorry, I can't like really show y'all super close and stuff because I'm not trying to go to jail for giving away ATI stuff for free, you know. They be serious about that. But yeah, I did like that a little bit. Our instructor, she kind of did a good job of explaining stuff, but honestly, she wasn't the most knowledgeable about a lot of the topics. So it was just like, yeah, definitely like hers better. But ATI, it wasn't like it hurt anything, but yeah, played bingo with some like terms and stuff. There's a few worksheets in here that we did. She made us do like one at home. Honestly, I did not do it. I did it in the class the next morning. But yeah, save this and we'll talk about it at a certain point. Also, if you do sit through the ATI live review though, at the end they make you take a survey. So at the end they handed out this paper, which has like the little study plan sheet on the front, and then on the back it says ATI RN study plan, but it has like the Survey Monkey link that you will take your like evaluating that review. At the end of that evaluation, it pops up with these codes, and I like really want to stress, make sure you save those codes because you'll use those, log back into ATI, and they have these, what is it called? Sorry, I have notes down here, but the live review assessments. So it's basically 7 exams over each topic, and ATI questions that you've never seen before, and they're meant to help you prepare for NCLEX. So you're able to take each of those 7 exams 2 times. They recommend taking it once right after you sit through the ATI live review, and then once you're studied and you feel like you're prepared to take the NCLEX. And so I'll come back to just that assessment part. That is what I did from ATI. Also, another thing I did in ATI was the RN Mentor app. So another thing that I did from ATI was the RN Mentor app. So one of my instructors told me about that at the beginning of my last semester of nursing school. So I downloaded that one just to just use in my spare time. So every once in a while, like before an exam, I'd use it. But I really started using it within the last 2 weeks before my exam, just to do my practice questions. So I use the RN Mentor app, which the price of it or whatever is included with having ATI. I don't know how you would access it if you don't already have like ATI credentials, like a login. But if you do, even if you're not even ready to study for NCLEX, you just started nursing school, download that app, practice questions on your phone, like at the touch of a finger, whenever you need them. Highly recommend. Other 2 apps I used were the NRSNG. clinical library, and then also the NCLEX RN Mastery app. So both of those apps I paid for just a 1 month, subscription, like a 1 month version of it, on the, iTunes store, Apple app store, whatever, I don't know. I have an iPhone. I don't see why those apps wouldn't be on Android, but I'll definitely check and try to link them in the description box below. But yeah, those are the 3 apps that I used. So I pretty much, between those 3 apps, I did practice questions for those last 2 weeks leading up to my test. My goal was 100 questions a day. Some days I missed it, but I would try to. If I only did 75 questions, then I'd add on 25 to the next day. Some days I did way more, and some days I completely forgot. But that was all that I did after my repeat of the Hearst review. So yeah, that's what I did for those 2 weeks. And then the day before my exam, I went to Starbucks. This was my one time going and literally sitting down and studying. Other than that, I was doing practice questions pretty much on my phone, wherever I was, friend's house, anywhere, out and about. Sometimes not in the car because I would have been distracted, but anywhere. So I really liked that. And then the day before my exam, went to Starbucks 10 a.m. Didn't leave until 6. The AC was out. I don't know why, but I was there. And so I did Google UWorld because I'd heard things about it, but I was not going to pay for another hundreds of dollars things since I paid for Hearst review. So I Googled free UWorld trial questions, and 10 questions came up on their website, the UWorld site, and I did those 10 questions. I think I got 7 or 8 of them right, so I was like, okay, cool, at least I saw the style. So backtrack. That's why I liked those 3 different apps. They each just had the styles of question. You don't need all 3 of them, but I wanted to see questions from different question writers, just because I don't want to only be good at answering questions written by ATI or written by NRS&G, or you know what I'm saying, just because I don't know exactly what NCLEX, or I didn't know exactly what the NCLEX questions would be styled like. So that's why I had those different apps. And then so I'm at Starbucks, did those UWorld 10 questions, and then this is when I found the codes that I screenshotted for the ATI live review assessments. So like I said, make sure you save those codes, use them. I didn't find them until the day before the test. So I ended up spending the rest of that day at Starbucks going through each exam. And I believe, if I can remember correctly, each question, I click it, answer, and then it would pop up, right or wrong, rationales. So if there was any cool, crazy fact or crazy lab value or crazy contraindication to a medication or a medication function that I just couldn't remember or something like that, I just was jotting those down on a piece of paper. Because it's the day before my test. It was, something slight. So yeah, that is what I did. And then what else? There was something else I said I would go back to. I don't remember. But yeah, I guess tips and tricks. Oh, I remember. This paper. So between all of those 3 apps, and even also in Hearst, when you want to do some random practice questions, you are always able to customize the quizzes on all of those apps, like I said. So I liked that just because I tried to test on my weaknesses because I want to improve on those areas that I wasn't good at. So the cool thing is that you could set up a practice quiz or a practice test, whatever you want to call it. Personally, same thing, but you could set it up you could choose categories based on a subject. So maternal newborn, pediatric, psychiatric or mental health, community health, leadership. So you had the option to choose from that, or you could choose from these, NCLEX standardized topic, I forget what they're called. NCLEX competencies, something like that. But I'm just gonna read these to y'all real quick. But they're safe and effective care environment, management of care, safety and infection control, health promo and maintenance, psychosocial integrity, basic care and comfort, pharmacological and parental therapies, reduction of risk potential and physiological adaptation. So you could also choose to set up your quiz based on these NCLEX competencies. So you'd be surprised. I found when I looked at like the stats of my test, because you can see that at the end, especially on the RN Mentor app, you can see, okay, maternal, it will break it down. Like subject, okay, you missed 2 out of the 3 maternal questions that we gave you. And you missed 1 out of the 7 mental health questions that we gave you on this day. And then you keep scrolling and you can see, okay, so out of those same questions, now they're gonna break it down to you in terms of these like NCLEX competencies. I hope that's what you call them, or I hope it's close, but they'll break it down like this too. And so I found that a common thing that I would miss, although basic as it seems, is the basic care and comfort. So I would sometimes just do like, 20 questions of basic care and comfort, just because that way when you click one of these, it will pull you from all topics. So it'll pull you from farm, it'll pull you questions from maternal, it'll pull you questions from newborn. And I think on the RN Mentor app for sure, you could combine both of those. So if you wanted specifically maternal questions that were in the basic care and comfort thing, you could do that. So I really hope that makes sense, but I'm just trying to explain why I liked those apps and just my custom quizzes. But other than that, let me make sure my note, that is literally all that I did. I didn't study too hard. I never really reopened those books back up. I didn't just read information or write a bunch of stuff down. Practice questions was all I did. Practice questions made up the bulk of what I did. And I found that really helped me. I tried to focus on my weaknesses because like me, I know if you watched my last video or just have been keeping up with my channel, I'm good at OB. PD, not so much. Certain things like that. So I didn't need 5,000 maternal questions to study, because that's what I'm already good at. Of course, I'm not gonna just omit them completely, but I'm gonna my focus was not on that. But yeah. If I had any, to give any advice just about studying for the test, practice questions. Just practice questions, practice questions, practice questions, practice questions, practice questions, and more practice questions. Anywhere you can find questions, just do them. Google random questions. Like I said, I Googled that random UWorld trial. I'm sure there's other companies out there. Just Google them. Those apps that are downloaded, you can, even if you don't want to pay $20 for a month subscription or whatever, download the app and you can access some of the questions just without even paying. Of course, it's a limited amount, but still, even if you just, for the UWorld, 10 questions, but I wanted to see, I know that their question style or whatever must be really good, because it's highly recommended also. So that's just my recommendation. Like I said, this is what I did to pass the NCLEX in 75 questions. However, don't think that if you don't get 75 questions, it's not bad or anything. Oh, another thing I would say, every once in a while I did at least sit down at the kitchen table or the bar in my house and did those Q reviews, or tried to sit there and do 100 questions or something on the computer, just in case you accidentally get a longer test than 75 questions, or you get the full 265 randomly, or even having to sit there and take 75 questions. I didn't want to just get too out of school mode and forget how to just sit there in one spot and focus. So those are my recommendations. If you're taking NCLEX soon, I will definitely put good vibes out into the atmosphere, pray for you, all of that great stuff. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. I hope that I'm not too much of a non-studier to be of help. That's what I did. So thank you guys so much for supporting me, for watching my channel. Never even thought I would get 1 subscriber, let alone almost 500. But when I do reach 500 subscribers, I'm gonna do a really big giveaway. It's all in the works, super excited about it. Make sure you follow me on Instagram to keep up. And yeah, thank you guys so much for your support again, and I will see y'all in the next video. Peace.